All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Any abstention? Motion carries. Next up, we need to approve our agenda tonight. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda as stated?
So moved.
We have a motion by Ms. Holly. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Mrs. Davis. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Any abstention? Motion carries. Thank you. Committee reports. The Troy City Council met upstairs for a work session at 4 o'clock to go over our agenda for tonight, and I believe that's all the committee reports that we will have at this time. Next up is item number 7. It's our fiscal year ending 2023 audit that needs to be spread over the minutes. Mayor, would you like to make a comment?
There were no findings, good clean audit, and everybody has one, please look over. Any questions that I can answer, I'll be glad to. And our fund balances are in good shape, well within range, 14%. We try to stay between 10 and 20%, and that's a good number. I'd like to thank Shannon and Lee and Abby, Shannon's office. They worked really hard along with the auditors, Gibson Carter, led by Darren Hips, and appreciate all the hard work that they did to get this done. So that's it. And it's officially spread on the minutes.
Any questions at this time, Mayor? If not, we'll move on to the next with the Resolution 2024-42, Declaration of Surplus Properties. This is properties that the city needs to get rid of, and the only way that we can do that legally is by declaring them surplus. And you will see that each department has some items listed. Do we have a motion to approve this resolution?
So moved.
We have a motion by Ms. Holly. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Moultrie. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Any abstention? Motion carries. Next up is item number 8, Resolution 2024-43, a grant application authorizing utilities. Mr. Chandler.
Yes, sir. What we're asking for tonight is permission to apply for a Department of Energy grant for the electric department to make upgrades as part of the Department of Energy's grid resilience and innovation program, the GRID program. As most of you know, water and sewer low interest money for ADM and SRF and water and sewer grants are pretty common. We've had several throughout the years. Grants for the electric system and for electric work don't come around very often. They're actually quite rare. This round of grants from the Department of Energy, they actually have a special set-aside allocation for small utilities that we qualify for. So we would like to apply for that. Our odds are a little bit better for that. It is very competitive. As I mentioned upstairs, out of potentially over 100 applicants, they expect to award about 5. That's throughout the country. But again, this is an opportunity that doesn't come along very often, and so we've got a couple of big projects in the electric system that down the road we're going to need to fund to do anyway, and if we can get some grant assistance to help pay for that, then that certainly makes a lot of sense for us to try to do. This was the initial proposal that we sent to the Department of Energy. They sent us a response back that recommended that we go ahead and apply for it. They funded similar projects with the first round of this last year. The amount on here shows a grant request of about $13 million. That number may go down or change a little bit depending on their specific requirements. You have to tie that back to money you've already spent on upgrading the system over the past 3 years. But this application is due in April, and we've already begun working on it. It's a good bit of paperwork and stuff, and so we've lined up some assistance, but we would like to get permission to go ahead and apply for this and hopefully have some luck in this grant.
Thanks, sir. We appreciate your department reaching out and trying to get us all the money that we can at that time.
We're certainly going to try. I'm not successful we're going to be, but we're certainly going to try again with electric. It's unusual to get the opportunity to apply for an electric grant. it's rare. And so after, this money goes away, prior to this, there really haven't been any. There've been a few selected FEMA grants over the years, but that was only for areas that have actually been damaged, that could be rebuilt differently. Otherwise, there's been very little.
Any questions for Mr. Chapman?
Are we internally, or we contracted?
There's a nonprofit group that is helping us, and we are not paying them for their assistance. So they're a nonprofit association that works with electric systems, primarily electric cooperatives and municipal systems. Some of their people used to work for our national association. That's how we got in contact with them and know them. But yeah, they've got several people that are assisting us and helping us with it. They listed on here as our partner, and typically the Beneficial Electrification League, that's what they do, is they do training and webinars, but they also help people with grants and funding opportunities and things. And so they're experts. They've helped some people in the first round of this, and so we don't apply for grants and things every day. So you understand better than I do that if we can get somebody that knows more about it and the order of things, then we're trying to do that. But yeah, that's right. They don't get funded out of this. Our engineering firm that did the engineering work, some of their stuff, if we get funding, will come out of that as part of their inspection and working with contractors. And all this, if we do get funding, we'll have to go through the regular bid process where we send out bids and y'all approve, and all that same stuff will still apply if we get funding. So
When we get it?
that's right, when we get funding. I like that when.
Absolutely. Any other questions? If not, do we have a motion to approve Resolution 2024-43?
So moved.
A motion by Ms. Mosley, do I have a second? Second by Ms. Holland. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Any extension? The motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you. It'll probably be a couple months, but I'll let y'all know when we get. Yes, ma'am. We will be.
Thank you, sir. Next up is item number 9, is ordinance 455, authorizing the issuance of sale of general obligation warrants. Mayor, you or Richard?
Richard will correct me if I get any of this wrong. This is just simply us borrowing some money to do the Academy Street, primarily the Academy Street project that we talked about for some time. It's a $7 million deal, which means it's bank qualified. It'll be used for general government purposes, public purposes, which means it'll be tax exempt. It is set up for a draw period through September the 27th of next year, which is about 18 months. And then it will automatically roll into a 10-year amortization. We expect to pay it off when we do a call over funding of the 2015 GO. But if we do not, this protects us with our rating agencies. So there's not a balloon sitting out there. And so the one thing that is very important is that for us to be able to close tomorrow, the initial draw, I think, we're required to draw a minimum of 5% initially. And we'll draw what we've spent on the project to this day out of our cash reserves, which is about $485,000. And then we will, y'all have already authorized me to sign the contract with Wayland. I will do that tomorrow. And then we'll simply draw as the project goes along. So we won't be paying interest on the whole $7 million only as the project moves forward. So unless there are any specific questions, this does need to be done by suspension of the rules, which will need unanimous consent. Richard, did I leave anything out?
Well said.
And again, for us to take action, we will have to suspend the rules, and that will require a roll call vote on suspending rules.
Mayor, you did say we could anticipate this Academy Street project being completed by the end of the year.
I'm certainly hoping that it will be done by the end of the calendar year, yes.
Okay, thank you.
So we will move forward on suspending the rules by a roll call vote. I will call the council person's name and either say yea or nay, how you would like to vote. And if everybody votes for it, we will proceed next with a motion for this ordinance. Ms. Holland.
Yeah.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Ms. Mosley?
Yeah.
Mr. Meeks, yes. Okay, we have suspended the rules, so next up, we need a motion to approve ordinance 455 authorizing the issuance of the interim general obligation warrants. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Have a motion by Ms. Mosley, do I have a second?
Second.
Have a second by Ms. Holland. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Any abstention? The motion carries. Thank you. Next up on our agenda is item number 10, appointments. We have one appointment that needs to be made to the airport committee. I would recommend to this committee, to our council members, that we reappoint Mr. Gilbert Sellers for another 5-year term. Do I have a motion to approve this?
I make a motion that we appoint Mr. Sellers to the airport board.
Thank you, sir. We have a motion by Mr. Davis. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Holland. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you. Next up, the mayor's comments.
Well, I'd like to thank Richard Calhoun for all of his hard work on getting the paperwork together for the loan so we can move forward with the Academy Street. Like I told you, we'd get there.
You did. You did. You done.
It took
Took a minute, but you got it.
It took a long time to get, a lot of people forget about all the work we had to do just to get it in our name. It was, there were a lot of different issues with the property. So anyway, but I think, we're going to be able to do something that would benefit the community there. So glad to do that. Review the audit. Please, give me or Shannon a call with any questions you have on that. I know that a lot of our kids are out of school this week for spring break, so be mindful of that. Unless there are any other specific questions, I think that's all I've got.
Any questions for the mayor? Before we go into council member comments, I just saw this that was left in this binder for me. We need to vote on voting delegates for the convention. And it needs to be turned in before April 30th. We can't next meeting, I'm sorry. Okay. Council member comment. Ms. Hall.
I'm just excited about where we're headed with Academy Street. Proud to know that we're about to get on that road to progress. And also, just that our spring breakers have safe travel and a safe time with their families. We all need that little break. But for some of us, we look forward for those classrooms to open that too. Y'all have a great one, and thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Davis.
Well, I'd like to congratulate the women's basketball team for Troy University, who played in the Women's National Invitational Tournament, which was hosted in Troy. A lot of firsts here. First thing is, it was the first time it's ever been held in Troy. And the second thing is, it's the first time we've won a tournament game. And so that's extremely important, and really congratulate them on all of the hard work and the dedication to our community and to the university. The next thing is Friday night, the 29th, they will be playing, the women's basketball will be playing in Greensboro, North Carolina, with North Carolina A&T, which is a land-grant university there. And so that's going to be an important thing. It's around 6 o'clock, 6:30, somewhere like that Friday night. So maybe we can, if you can find out where it's located, where it's going to be on TV, maybe you get a chance to see it or actually attend. I'd also like to remind everyone there's a few days left for the March cleanup for District 3. I'd like to, just for, I guess you might say informational purposes, our cleanup program is designed primarily for the individual citizens that does work on their property and clean up and want to move things out, but it's work by the individual citizen. If you involve a contractor, to do the work on your property, which is fine, I mean, but it's the contractor's responsibility to remove the debris or whatever it might be on your property. So just like to remind everyone about this is a great program, but remind everybody exactly kind of sort of how it works. That's all I have, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Mosley?
Just thanking God for allowing us to move forward on whatever it is that's gonna make this city much better. And thanking him for the mayor and for attorneys and the colleagues, because, you know, it takes all of us to make it work. And so giving us the foreknowledge and things that we need in order to make it work, Mayor. Appreciate you. You know, I told them about you already, so. But I thank everybody for it, and I'm glad you cleared that up, Max, because a lot of times when contractors do things in our neighborhoods, they charge us for it, but then they want to put it out there when it's time for cleanup week or month. So I want homeowners to be aware of that too, when contractors are doing things in your home, in the neighborhood. If it's down there where they're supposed to do, to fix it and take it away, then that's what they need to do, because they're charging you for it. And I'm glad you brought that up, man. Appreciate it.
Is that all?
That's it.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. I'd like to wish everybody a happy Easter, and just remember the reason that we celebrate Easter. Then, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So,
Thank you.